David Thiel, everybody, the audio guy.
Hello, thank you very much. Nice to be here. See, video is easy, audio is hard, at least for presentations. I'm here because a lot of reasons, and I never lose an opportunity to share pinball audio when it can be heard. It's sometimes hard in the hall or in your collections when 6 people are playing, plus they put the boombox on. So I'm working in this context with Jerry as a client, and it's an advanced context. It's got a lot of nice properties for me so that I can make stuff that makes the game, forget immersive, more fun. And several decisions that have been made by Jerry and Multimorphic that benefit me in trying to make it more fun. There's economies of scale. Multimorphic is based on a computer that was made and designed in Korea or China somewhere, and they made 1 million copies of it, and they can sell it reasonably cheaply, and it's like got a lot of power. I've come from previous environments where it was a proprietary thing that, you know, like 2 guys in Bensonville designed and wasn't as powerful. So what's fun about that? Well, there's plenty of resources. There's lots of RAM, and there's lots of storage, and lots of CPU. And why do you care about that? What's fun about that? Well, that means that all the things that I create, all the music, sound effects, and call-outs, are in glorious stereo. And they're like in CD quality. And I can have pretty much as many as I can develop in the amount of time that I have to develop the game. This is a good thing. Okay, Lexy Lightspeed music. So there's 3 chunks of stuff that I want to talk about, things I've done for Lexy that are kind of unique to Lexy. One, this is an original theme. The closest I've come to an original theme in previous projects was sort of Mustang, because, well, Mustang was a picture of a car and really had nothing associated with it. So Mustang's kind of an original theme as regards to sound, but this is a very rich and interesting metaphor, as suggested by Dennis, and it's fun. It's fun and challenging to create music for an original theme, because I've got to capture your imagination. You haven't spent 2 hours in a theater getting all involved with aliens or some other stuff. And when you play this, I've got to try to capture your attention in a way that entertains you just right away and works with this theme. So it's a challenge, but it's great fun. All the music is based on 3 notions. We have an alien adventurer named Lexy Lightspeed and her furry pal Lookie. So there's music that's obviously kind of spacey and alien and stuff. They crash because they are shot down in the Florida swamp. So some of the music and environments and scenes and modes are based on being in kind of a shit-kicking environment with a lot of water. And then the third element that defines all of this is Area 53.1, which is obviously the villain and the evil government agents. So I've made a montage of about 80% of the music, and it'll take 3 minutes. Now we're shit kicking. Oh, gee shucks, thanks. That last is the high score music, so I hope you get there. So another thing about the P3 platform and Jerry's approach, which I think benefits me to make fun for you, is that this is an open platform based on stuff. It's not a proprietary platform. I have other clients who have chosen to use a motherboard from China, but everything else about their system is closed, and all the tools have to be developed by them for themselves. And that, every hour you spend developing tools for yourself means you're not developing games. When you choose a different approach and take game tools from the development community, Jerry's currently using Unity, which is something you can download. And it's a very powerful engine used for video games to do 3D graphics and game rules and stuff. And that's part of the system that drives the pinball machine. And he didn't have to write that. He can just get that and use that. And other developers don't have to start from scratch building up all their infrastructure. For audio, there's a plugin for that called Master Audio that further augments Unity and gives me a lot of cool things that I can do that didn't have to be developed, and I didn't have to beg a programmer at my client site, please give me a way to set up audio groups so that when you hit a slingshot, I don't play the same damn sound every time. So this is a good thing, allowing me to be innovative. Okay, so part of the properties, the things that this cool development environment give me are things I don't have on other platforms, like the ability at runtime to change the pitch, or let the programmer change the pitch on some of the assets I'm playing. If I'm playing music in C, we could play it in C sharp or D or whatever, and do that dynamically. I can't do that anywhere else. So we've used that. I've used this before, when I used to synthesize stuff. We've used that to make things, to communicate information to you. It's getting more exciting, it's getting more tense, time is running out, accomplish your goal. And for timed modes, Jerry's bumping up the pitch on some of these things. So I have an example of that. Where's the swamp scene where you're supposed to be collecting Lookie's gaseous emissions and use them for fuel. And you only have a finite amount of time to do that. Deep in the swamps in Florida. Collect that gas. Uh-oh. Get down. Get funky. Get back up again. It's about time to grab your ankles. So, interactive music, as a concept, it's a nice thing. It's only good, from my point of view, when it's functional. When it's like working in the back of your brain and making you get more excited, getting more involved. And that's the immersion that I'm into. Yeah. Another property of this advanced environment that's cool is this is a stereo system, right? And there are a few stereo systems now. I have other clients who have stereo systems. I do, who pay me. But I do have other clients. But spatializing things for them, everything has to be pre-rendered. I have to make sounds that are, if there's a thing on the left side, I have to pre-render a version. And if there's one on the right, I have to make a version of that panned far to the right. And if there's one in the middle, I have to make yet another version. And God forbid there was a dynamic one where something moved around. This advanced environment allows the programmer to take one version of the sound and place it wherever it is in space. So here's an example of some of those. Okay, and the last thing is this sort of master audio business allows me to make what we call sound groups easy. I never want you to hear the same sound twice in a row. I mean, I may only give you 4 versions, but when you hit a slingshot, when you hit a target, even if it's the same event, in reality, you never get the same sound result twice. It'll be the same recognizable thing, but it's always a little different because reality's kind of funky. And if you do that, if I get lazy and give you one sound, the third time you hear it, you feel uneasy. You go, oh, that's bogus, that's digital, that's nonsense. So it's more engaging, it's more immersive. Screw it, it's more fun. So, I just made a slide of, I made a little movie of some of the sounds, some of the call-outs. The call-outs are the thing that are least mature in this project because we don't have a script yet. And all that business hangs off a really good script. And the call-outs so far are me. But that will be remedied soon, as soon as we figure out what we want them to say. Wow, that was innovation. I guess we've given up on that. No, come on, wake up. So I'm done. The last slide, for which I have no notes. Oh, it says that, yeah. Why am I here? I have other clients. I'm a busy guy. In 2013, Jerry brought his show to the Northwest, where I am, to the Pacific Northwest Game and Arcade Show. And I saw this thing for the first time, and I was intrigued. I've done 25 audio packages, and I always have the game at my house to test it on and stuff, so I've played a little pinball. And, you know, this is remarkable. This is cool. This is an advancement in potentially, you know, what we know that could be as big as going from 7-segment displays to dots, or maybe even adding flippers. I don't know. There's an awful lot of depth here and potential to do incredible things. And frankly, I like Lexy. I think it has reached critical mass, and it is a lot of fun. But you have to have imagination when regarding this platform, and imagining game 2 and 3 and 4 with all kinds of cool people getting to put stuff on this display, leveraging ball tracking, using the scoops, designing new play fields on the top, popping them out and popping new ones in. I'm excited, and that's why I'm supporting this platform. I think it's going to be absolutely terrific. So it's a wholehearted recommendation for Jerry and his efforts, which are incredible, to bootstrap a company in the manner that he is attempting to do. So that's it. Thank you very much.